you can pick the 50-pointer before you pick the 10-point, whatever you guys ever end up on pick.
What do you want, Genesis?
This is 20.
Yeah, all right.
So we just got to give Jimmy a minute to start the stream.
Okay, stream is running.
Okay, Genesis 20.
You got to click on it.
Okay,
Did you get that?
Yep, Genesis 20. Here we go.
Gotta read it.
Okay, how many
man.
verses in chapter 12 of Genesis contain God's covenant with Abraham?
3.
Glenn types V2, followed by Pastor Eddie. It says, what is 2?
Can you see, Jimmy, the next screen, like in your presenters presenting? Yeah,
You mean
presentation
the
room?
answer?
Yeah.
Yes, I can see the answer.
Okay.
Paul says, what is 3?
There you go. Paul's got it.
I said 3.
My wife said 3, but she's sitting next to me and I'm close to the keyboard.
I did say 3.
Hey, is this boys against girls?
Yes.
All right.
Right, Jane, we want Debbie on our team.
So,
All right.
so real quick, just so everyone knows, I muted you all. So please continue to just type in the chat. So since Paul got the answer, Paul, you guys can go ahead and type in the chat what you want next.
Yes,
Pastor Eddie wants to know if we can cheat.
Yes, you can use your Bibles.
But remember, you still have to type in the answer. Holding the answer up on the screen doesn't count.
That's right. Okay, Old Testament for 10.
Okay, I'm sorry. I keep going over to the screen to type it in instead of clicking here.
That's okay.
Okay,
Go ahead. Who was the first king of Israel? Who was the first king of Israel?
Paul says Saul.
Paul got it. Saul. Hey, is when Paul answers, is that Paul or Debbie? I don't know if I should put it in boys or girls. Debbie, you got to type it. Tell me, is it you or is it Paul? It's Debbie. Okay, girls. So that's 30 points for the girls so far. Hey, how come I don't get Paul? Boys rule, girls drool. Okay. Because I type faster. Okay, that's great. Okay, Debbie, you get to pick the next category. So back to you. Debbie's making her selection here. Old Testament.
Okay, Old Testament
420.
Ready, and here it is.
How many kings did Israel have before the nation divided?
3.
Oh, Pastor Eddie had it. Pastor Eddie
Yeah,
with
but
3.
Paul got it right before him. If you look at the chat.
Oh, look at that. Paul had it. Okay, that is correct. 20 more points. Guys, it's 50-0. I don't know. That's not fair. I can't have Paul. I don't know if that's fair. Jimmy, do you see Charles waiting to get in there?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, I'll let you.
I admitted him. I hit it.
I hit it again too. So hopefully,
Okay.
hopefully you'll be able
Doubly
to
admitted. Do you want me to read the question as soon as I click it as well, or are you seeing it come through right away?
I actually have it going on my screen here too, so I think I can do I can do pretty quick here. So Debbie, go
Okay.
ahead and make your next selection
So-
here.
Yeah, she did. So they wanted Old Testament for 30. So I'm going to click that now. Ready?
Okay, Old Testament
go.
for 30.
Go.
Which psalmist did Christ quote on the cross? Which psalmist did Christ quote on the cross?
Paul's got 22.
Yeah, but it's which psalmist. It wasn't which psalm. It was which psalmist. So Pastor Eddie got it. It
So
was
Pastor
David.
Eddie's got. Yep.
Oh, I know, honey, but the boys got me and not you, and the girls got Debbie
Okay.
and not Paul. So
Okay.
it evens out. Edie's like, but I said it. I said it. I need to give her the keyboard. Here, honey.
Yeah, there you go. Let her type it in.
All right. So we're back. We're back to here. So let me see. Charles and Faith are in there. Listen, we're playing a game here, and you have to type your answers, and the first person to type the answer gets the points. It's boys against girls. So you guys are going to have to tell us if it's Faith or Charles that's on, or if it's Faith or Charles that is answering. So, and Debbie, I'm going to have to trust you to be honest. If Paul says it first, you type it for Paul and not for you. And we'll try and do the same thing here. All right. So Debbie, go ahead and choose again. Or no, it's Pastor Eddie's choice.
No, this is Pastor Eddie. Yeah.
All right, Pastor Eddie, your choice. For what points? 10. Okay. Old
All
Testament.
right, here we go. And it's up.
How many Psalms in the book of Psalms? Nope. How many Psalms are in the book of Psalms? Edie says 151. That's not right.
Glenn comes in with 150.
150 is Glenn. All right, Glenn. Glenn for the guys.
I said 150. Oh, 51. I added.
Yeah, you added one. Yeah. How many points was the one that Pastor Eddie got? I didn't write down the points right. That was 10. Which one did
It
he-
was 30. It was Old Testament people 30.
30. So guys are up we're catching up, guys. We are almost there. All right, Mr. Glenn, you get to pick category and points. Did we lose Mr. Glenn?
No, I think he's there. I think he's typing.
Got it. Old Testament
Old
quotes.
Testament for 40.
Whoa, he's going big or going home. All right. you
All right,
guys
ready? And it's up.
No, my daughters, for it is harder for me than for you, for the hand of the Lord has gone forth against me. Who was
And
that?
Paul has already chimed in with Naomi.
He has it. Yes. Nice job, Paul. Was that was that Paul or was that Debbie that said it?
Debbie just pointed to herself.
Oh, sure. All right. Girls are up to 90. They're leaving us in the dust again. Go ahead, Debbie. Pick your next category and points. We need like music in the background or something. Do, do, do,
Yeah.
do, do, do.
I was surprised you didn't have that in, Pastor.
I think they're worried. This was a template here, so I think they were worried about infringement. So Genesis,
Yeah.
10 points.
All right, Genesis 10, and it is up.
What chapter tells about the flood?
Paul says 6. Pastor Eddie says 6. Those are incorrect. Glenn says 8. That is incorrect.
There, Paul.
Paul says 7. There
Paul
it
has
is.
7.
Paul's got it.
It's chapter 7. Was that Paul or Debbie now? That was Debbie again. I don't know if I believe that. All right. We'll give it to him. All right. Good job. All right. Pick your next.
Sorry,
Debbie,
Pastor. You know what, Pastor? I got to stop talking. I'm stealing all your thunder here.
I know, right now, that was fine. You're getting into it. I'll just sit back and
I
let
know. I completely took over. I'm gonna stop talking and let you do your job. Sorry.
No, that's all right. It's easy to do, isn't it? All right.
Yeah, it is.
Genesis 30. How old was Sarah, Abraham's wife, when she died? How old was Sarah, Abraham's wife, when she died?
110.
Nope. Nope. I got to turn my other screen because my wife can see the answer.
No, I can't.
Okay.
I wasn't looking.
Oh, Pastor Eddie, 127. That is correct. 127. If Jimmy clicks the answer there, you click the answer actually by clicking to the right arrow, Jimmy, and that actually shows the answer with the verse. There it is. 127, Genesis 23:1. So that is 30 points for the boys. We're starting to catch up again. We're getting close, guys. Pastor Eddie, you get to pick the next category in points. This game is going a lot faster than I thought it would. I don't have double jeopardy here. Genesis 40. All right, here we go. Genesis 40. Who was Jacob's father-in-law? Who was Jacob's father-in-law? Yeah, they got it again. You got to type it, honey.
Oh, I can't. I don't.
Well, okay. Looks like it was Paul and Debbie. Debbie, was that you again or Paul? You're going to give this one to Paul? Debbie, did you give that one to Paul or is that yours?
That's Debbie's.
Debbie's, okay. All right, so that's Debbie's. So they get.
Pastor Eddie's questioning if spelling counts.
No, we'll spelling doesn't count. We'll let that go. That's all right. All right, so they get to pick their next one then. Debbie and Paul get to pick next category and points.
Genesis 50.
Genesis 4:50. What was the name of Judah's first son? He was evil, so God took his life. Anybody remember? What was the name of Judah's first son that was evil and God took his life? Oh, Pastor Eddie had it. It's That is correct for a whopping 50-pointer. We're catching up. We're not quite there yet, but we're getting there. So yeah, if you click Pastor Eddie or Jimmy, if you when you click that right arrow, that shows them the actual answer and the Bible reference too. All right. So
okay, I'll do that from now on.
Yep. All right. So Old Testament people for 40. Old Testament people for 40. The words of what prophet led to King Asa of Judah's reform? The words of what prophet led to King Asa of Judah's reform? You got to type, honey. No, don't see it yet. Oh, this is a good one. We're not giving this one away. Not Elijah, not Isaiah, not Jeremiah. Pastor Eddie, you're pretty close there. Although spelling doesn't count. So should we count that one, Jimmy? There it is, Azariah, Pastor Eddie. Azariah, Pastor Eddie comes through for 40 points. And the guys, for the first time, take the lead. Okay, let's stop the game right now. No, I'm kidding. Oh, spelling doesn't count. So Pastor Eddie got it. We'll give it to him. All right, so that's good. That's 2 Chronicles 15:1. 2 Chronicles 15:1. All right, Pastor Eddie, next category in points. There's no hot chocolate, Paul and Debbie said. You got to have your own hot chocolate. We don't have any to provide you virtually.
Okay, Pastor Eddie says quotes for 10.
Quotes for 10. All right, here we go. But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord.
Joshua.
Oh, Pastor Eddie got it. Joshua. All right, so that was Joshua for 10 points.
I just have to play.
Edie has given up. She said she can't type that fast. Faith says mom got that one. Yeah, but you gotta type it. That way we know that you were first.
I was first. You heard me.
There you go. Wow, you know, Jimmy, that you can turn on closed captioning in the PowerPoint? I actually turned it on here, bottom left corner.
Oh, yeah?
You can click on closed captioning. That's kind of interesting. I mean, it works here, so I assume it would work there too. All right, so quotes for 20, Pastor Eddie says. Quotes for 20. If you remain silent at this time, relief and deliverance will arise for the Jews from another place, and you and your father's house will perish. Esther, no. Oh, I knew I would trip you guys up on that one. Who said that?
Christ.
No, not Christ. Da, 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 da. I mean, Esther is close. I think Glenn has it. He just spelled it wrong. Yeah, Boaz. We got Boaz. No, it's not Boaz either. Mordecai. Yes. All right. Was that? It was Mordecai. Wait. Did somebody else have it? I don't think so. Nope. So, Debbie, point to yourself or to Paul. Who got that? You or your dad? Debbie got it. For 20 points, 160. It is 170 guys and 160 girls. Esther 4:14. Mordecai actually said that to Esther. So I was wondering if I might trip you guys up. So I said Esther's uncle, but that's not his name. Okay. Oh, let's see. Okay, Debbie, your pick. Glenn says it was auto-corrected that changed his from Boaz. Old Testament people 450. Who was the last king of Judah before Babylon invaded and destroyed the temple? Who was the king when it fell?
No. Is that right?
Okay. Zedekiah. Pastor Newton got it. That's 50 whopping points again. You guys are coming through. It is 220 to 160 guys' favor. All right, here we go. I keep forgetting, Jimmy, what screen I'm clicking on. I keep clicking on your screen thinking that looks like presenter view. How come it's not working for me? That is awful. All right, Pastor Eddie, you get to pick category and points. Nobody's gone for a toss-up yet. Oh, that was guilting him into it. All right, toss up for 10. Here we go. What was the first Sunday WB Church had to cancel public gatherings from COVID-19? Anybody remember? What's the date? Don't you dare say Sunday. Debbie was close. Anybody? Wait, now I'm going to check the date.
5
Do I
weeks
have it
ago.
wrong?
5 weeks ago. 5 weeks ago.
Wow. Nobody's got it yet. The actual date.
5 weeks ago.
Yeah, but you got to give the date.
Oh, my calendar.
I can't cheat. I can't give my wife. I can't tell my wife.
22nd. March 22nd.
22nd. My wife was typing the 22nd. It's March 22nd. She had her hand on it. She just couldn't find it. So
How do I erase it?
because it isn't fair to my wife because I'm like clicking on things which take her out of the typing box. So March 22nd was the first Sunday that we did not have services.
That's 10.
Boo, toss up.
10
10 points for the girls. All right. They're up to 170. All right. They're coming up. All right, Edie, you get to pick category and points.
Quotes 30.
Quotes for 30. Quotes for 30. I have sinned this time. The Lord is the righteous one, and I and my people are the wicked ones. Who said that? Pharaoh. That's right. Debbie, was it you or Paul? Point. Which one? Oh, it was Debbie. Okay. 30 points for the girls. They're up
Go,
to,
Debbie! Yay,
they're
Debbie.
catching up. It's 220 to 200. 220 to 200. All right. Debbie, you get to pick. Glenn says, I hear Debbie's chicks calling her. Okay, quotes for 50. How can you say I love you when your heart is not with me? This is not a quote from When the Wind Blows Softly in the Grass series. How can you say I love you when your heart is not with me? Who said that? Ooh, this is a tough 50-pointer here. God didn't say it. Christ didn't say it. Here, I'll click there so you can type if you come up with it.
Oh, David.
You got to type your answer, huh?
David.
Not Isaiah.
Whoops.
Backspace.
David.
Not David. Delilah. Pastor Eddie got it. Delilah is correct. Judges chapter 16, verse 15. Delilah. And that was for 50 points. Ooh, that was a good one. Pastor Eddie pulling through. All right, it's 270 to 200. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty there. Way to go, Pastor Eddie, Glenn says. All right. There we go. All right, Pastor Eddie, what's your choice? Toss up for 20. Here we go. What is the WB Church motto? You got to type it out. What is the WB Church motto? You can go right to the website if you have to.
Caring for people.
Charles is close.
Caring for God.
Devoted to God and each other. Faith, is that you or is that Charles? Faith. Oh man. Okay, the girls got 220. Good job, good job, good job. All right. All right, Faith, you get to pick. Toss up for 40. Ooh, we're skipping to the big ones now. All right, toss up for 40. How many doors does our church building have? That is a very specific question. How many doors? I'm not saying doorways. How many doors does the church building have? How many doors?
10. You're counting side doors.
All doors. Anybody guess it yet, Jimmy? I don't
Nobody
think so.
yet.
Nobody yet. Oh, there you go. Pastor Eddie
Pastor
got it. Hey, you know, however you get it, you get it. There you go. I don't know. I think once you
put
answer, you can't keep
21.
answering, but
21.
oh, I don't know.
know.
I don't know if I should count that one. I'm almost feeling guilty about that one. I think once you answer wrong, then we can't let you keep guessing. I think once you answer wrong, you got to let somebody else answer. But the answer was 20. There are 20 total actual doors inside the church. I don't know. We got to take a vote now. All right. So you type your answer, yes or no. Should we give those points to Pastor Eddie? Yes or no?
No.
Debbie says no. There's one yes, two yes. Wait. Pastor Eddie put a bunch of yeses in.
No.
All right, we're not going to count that one. That one's a toss out. Listen, once you guess, if you've guessed wrong, you can't keep guessing. You see, you guys are making me have to morph the rules now a little bit. Oh, it figures it's a pastor that made me do that. All right, here we go. Pastor, or no, who picked that one?
Debbie. No. Faith.
Faith. Okay, Faith, go ahead and take another pick. Remember, once you've guessed wrong, you can't keep guessing. Toss up for 30. Here we go. Which page of the website has the contact form? Which page on the website has the contact form?
The third.
Which page? It's a page. Jimmy even knows the answer to this without looking.
Yeah, exactly.
Haven't seen it yet? Let me give you a hint. This is a trick question. The answer may not be a number. That's a good hint, isn't it, Jimmy?
Yeah.
Every page. Faith, is that you or Charles? Charles, all right. Charles pulls through for the guys. We're up to 300. All right. Good job, Charles. Saved the day. Woo. All right. We're getting down there. Charles, you get to pick the next category in points. Is he going to go big or is he going to be careful? Old Testament poetry for 30. What percentage of the entire Old Testament is poetry? What percentage, not how many books, what percentage of the whole Old Testament is poetry? Go ahead, type it now. No, type it now. You didn't. I hadn't clicked in there. Haven't seen it yet. Haven't seen it yet. If you've already answered, you can't keep guessing. What percentage think high? Once you've answered, you can't answer again. Oh, you're dancing all around it. Has anybody not answered? $75. Was that Paul or was that Debbie? 75 is the right answer. Was that Paul? Oh, that was Debbie. Good job, Debbie. All right. 250. Hey, this is in the words of Alex Trebek, this is not a runaway. We got 300 points to 250 points right now. All right, so Debbie, you get to pick again. Pick your category and your points. 75% of the Old Testament contains poetry. Isn't that amazing? Old Testament poetry for 20. Okay, here we go. How many books of the Old Testament are considered poetry? How many books of the Old Testament are considered poetry? You want me to click here so you can guess?
Yeah.
Jimmy, watch the numbers so you can see if they guess.
Yeah, Glenn's got it. Glenn's got it.
Glenn got it. 5. Job, Psalms, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, and Song of Solomon. 20 points for the guys. That's 320. 320 to 250. Girls, it's getting close. Mr. Glenn, you get to pick the next category and points. Old Testament poetry for 40. Nobody's going for the big 50s. What is a poetic Old Testament book about God's compassion? The theme
Jonah,
of the book.
Jonah.
Type it.
Ha-
Type it.
Oh,
A-H.
A-H.
Enter. My wife got it. No, I didn't tell her the answer. I just told her how to spell it. It is Jonah. Jonah, the girls got 40 points on that one. They're up to 290 points. So it is 320 to 290. Everybody thinks of Jonah as the story of the fish, right? Or they think of it as the story of obedience, right? But it's not. Because even at the end, after Jonah obeyed, we have a whole chapter 4 dealing with Jonah's heart, that he just didn't want to like or care for the Ninevites. Very good. All right. I think my wife has probably heard me talk about that. All right, good deal. Honey, what do you want? You've got Old Testament poetry for 50 or toss-up for 50?
Toss-up.
All right, you ready? Toss-up for 50.
Did Jane
What?
have a turn though, Jane Pinkett?
She doesn't.
Let her have my turn, Jane. Let Jane.
Jane, Edie wants you to pick. Do you want toss-up for 50 or Old Testament poetry for 50? You got to type it, Jane. Old Testament poetry for 50. Here we go. Ready? What is the least preached poetic book in the Old Testament? Song of Solomon. There we go. Debbie, was that you or was that your dad? It was Debbie. Oh, big whopping 50 points there. Takes them up to 340. All right. It's coming down to the last question, folks. This is the last question, so there's no picking here. Jimmy, don't click on it yet. Let me give you the stats, all right? Here it is. Guys, we have 320 points. Girls, you have 340 points. Whoever gets this one first wins it all. Are you ready? And you gotta type it. All right, we're gonna click number 50. Can everybody see the screen if I don't read it? Oh, no, okay, so I'm gonna read it for you. Jimmy, don't click on it until I finish reading it. All right?
Okay.
So here we go. How many years have I been pastor at Washington Baptist Church as of this July? No, type it again.
What?
Enter. 13 years. The girls got it. The girls got it. Oh.
How do you know? Maybe Charles got it.
Wait.
Did Charles?
Charles was it was either Faith or Charles. Oh, it was Faith.
Oh.
Never mind.
Faith, was that you or was that Charles? It was Faith. The girls got it anyway. There you go. I'll leave it up to the girls of my family to win that one. Oh, wow. I knew I guessed as soon as I hit enter. Yeah. All right. So listen, the girls got 390 and the boys got 320. Hey, that was a pretty good showing. That wasn't embarrassing at all. Oh, goodness. Wow, that was fun. Hey, let me read for you a psalm, if I can. This is a psalm that we're going to be dealing with coming up in the future that I've been working on. And I just want to share it with you for just a moment. Jimmy, you can stop sharing the screen if you want again, so that we go fuller screen. There we go. Let me share Psalm chapter 13 or Psalm 13 with you, if I could, please. What's interesting about Psalm 13? What's interesting about the Hebrew is that in the Hebrew, the title that you have in the English says for the choir director, a Psalm of David. That is actually part of the first verse in the Hebrew. It's not broken out as a separate thing at all. And Jimmy, you can stop the live stream here as well.